as you can see, we were starting to clean the vehicle, and we've removed all the ply lining, so from the floor and the walls. A little bit more to come off on the back doors, which you'll see in a second. So there's all of the ply board and the bulkhead. And then we're using Dodo sound deadening and also Dodo insulation for the first layer of insulation. Here I was just showing off my nails because I left to let Ollie crack on with some work. Hello!
Hey gorgeous. Alright.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. Ceiling's done.
Wow! Do a knock test? Yeah, that's quite a good difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got the ceiling done. A little bit in there.
No, I don't show them too much. It looks rough as
Panels. Yeah, looking good. And here he is, just doing some
cleaning.
cleaning. Do you want a cup of tea?
A coffee would be lovely. Actually, no, go on. I'll have a cup of tea.
All right. Snack and cup of tea time. So Ollie, over the last few days, has been battening out the underneath the floor, and then he's put some thicker insulation on the floor as well. And then we've, well, I say we, mostly Ollie, has cut the plywood out so that we can start laying the floor. So at the minute it's not screwed down. That's something I'm going to try and get done today. And then the next job is the bed. So the van has some conveniently sized holes. We've used some M6 rivet nuts just to pop in, and then we're going to use them to basically support the beam for the bed. The rivet gun's been a really handy tool actually, so definitely would recommend that rather than having to screw extra holes into the body of the van. So this is going to be the beam for where our bed, basically the side of our bed goes. The only issue is you can't really see it on the camera, but they're not actually straight, so we're probably going to have to have the wood kind of on a very slight angle to make the bed level. But yeah, Ollie's pretty impressed with this bit of kit.
I love this bit of kit.
We'll see how it holds the bed up and then we'll decide if we're impressed. And this is our little drawing of the bed. So we're planning on having it pull out. We've got these IKEA beams which are from IKEA. These bed beams. So we're gonna have a piece of wood on the side here, and then two bed beams at the back. So this one will be fixed, this one will be movable, then we'll have one at the front which will be fixed, so that'll be in place, and then we're going to have slats across, that'll be in place all the time. And then we were going to have it extending the full width, but just because of size and also with the door it would protrude over the door opening, so we've decided that we're going to have a piece of wood that will be movable as well, so the slats will be attached to the piece of wood and the moving beam at the back, and then that will all slide out, and this piece of wood will be it'll have legs on basically to support the weight, but it won't be running along a beam on that side, and also it means we've got a little bit more room for a bigger kitchen. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but that's the plan. So after fitting are they rivet bolts?
Yeah, rivet nuts.
After fitting the rivet nuts, we needed to put our piece of wood along here. It's not quite straight, so we are having to kind of go on a little bit of an angle, but we were trying to figure out how we're going to mark where the holes are onto our piece of wood so that we can drill in the correct places. So Ollie's come up with this, but if you can see it, it's just a screw that he has basically grinded the end off to a point. So what we're doing is screwing this in here, holding the wood up. As you can see, we've kind of like scored a line of where it is level, and then giving it a bang so that it creates a hole or a mark in the wood. What we've done then is, if you have a look, Ollie's screwed a hole where that mark's been. He's done two so far. As you can see, they're not quite straight because the wood isn't going to be sitting quite straight, and then scored out so that the bolt can sit in there. And then once we've done that, we're going back, putting the longer bolts in, moving the screw onto another hole, and getting it quite far in so that then we can hold the wood up to where it should be, which is that way. So we'll screw that one in, screw the other one in, and at this point it should be level because we've got two on either side of the wood. We'll just do a little check measure unless Ollie's put it on upside down.
Which I haven't.
Which he hasn't.
Well, decent.
And then, given that it's straight, just give it a bang. And that, my friend, leaves the little mark on the back of the wood for where we're going to screw the next hole. The only other thing that we are having to do, because we've got this ridge here, is we're probably going to have to pack this little bit out. Because if we went below the ridge, then the hole on the other side was right at the top of the wood, which just wouldn't have worked. So yeah, that's our crude little way of figuring out where the holes are going to be.